Kia ora, and welcome to Sunday.
Day 8?
Day probably 8, yep. Of the Beer Jerk Advent Calendar Drink Along. I'm Joe.
I'm Luke.
And this is Northern Red, an English red ale from our friends at Boatrocker, brewing and distilling, I think, in Melbourne.
Yeah, they do quite a bit of distilling.
Yeah.
And they do a whole range of beers and their barrel-aged stuff, which is super exciting. But yeah, they've really been embracing lots of British styles, especially recently.
Yeah, I'm on their mailing list for trade, so I've been seeing a ton of really cool cans coming through. They've done Yorkshire dark ales, they've done export stouts, they've done pales and all sorts of things. And this one, Northern Red, it was between this and an ESB, and I chose the Northern Red ale.
Great decision. So we spoke a few days ago with the Shore beer, the 300% Dynamite, about red IPAs and about how there's a whole spectrum. But I've had red IPAs that taste sort of like this, but lacking in the maltiness. This is just such a great style.
Yeah, and this is definitely where 300% Dynamite had a very good balance.
Yeah.
If erring on the hoppy side, this is definitely malt forward.
Well, that's an IPA. Yeah. And this is a red ale. Just a really lovely example. And nice, easygoing beer for a Sunday, in contrast to the beast that you had us drinking last night.
Yeah, this one to help with the feelings of 12%?
It was 12%, yeah.
12% barrel-aged stout.
I took one for the team, drinking that with Andrew.
Yeah, it's a lovely low ABV, like a lot of the best sort of British beers are. Well, lowish ABV. So 4.5, real easygoing. Great to have with your lunch. Nice ploughman's, a cheesy pickly sandwich. Would go phenomenal with this. And it's just so many layers. We always mention it, but you've got that toffee, you've got that kind of dark rye bread character without the spice of rye, but that molassesy kind of vibe, and like a little light kind of coconut. Just enjoyable, easygoing, but if you want to look for it, there is a lot there as well. Yeah,
it's just a beer you can just keep drinking, and you'll discover more to it, but it's very, very easygoing, just beautiful. And if any of you are thinking about getting into home brewing, these styles are fantastic to brew at home. Just really good fun. You don't need, like when you're brewing lagers are really difficult, you need real temperature control. Brewing IPAs can be really difficult to get this sort of hopping correct, and especially hazy IPAs, don't even bother brewing those at home. But these old-fashioned historic beers, because they were historically made on very simple, rudimental equipment. So you can absolutely brew beers sort of in this. Probably not as good as Boatrocker, because this is a magnificent example. But really, really cool styles to get behind, all these historic English styles. And red ales from from all over Britain, but the north of England especially.
Yeah. Have you been to Boatrocker in Melbourne?
Yeah, I went a few years ago. So we import Boatrocker sporadically. We don't do a huge amount of importing at all, but Boatrocker's definitely one of the brews we love bringing over. We've been bringing them over for a few years. And before we imported them the first time, I was in Australia for a week, and I just went around and visited loads of breweries. It was awesome just to visit people like Molly Rose and get to know Moondog, and Three Ravens was awesome. And I just stopped into Boatrocker just on the off chance that someone would be there. I hadn't organised a meeting or anything. And the founder, head brewer, owner Matt was there. And it was just, I think, like a quiet Wednesday afternoon. And we just got chatting, and they do a series called Ramjet, which are these barrel-aged imperial stouts. And they put them in different kinds of barrels and different blends, and I don't think he had much on that afternoon, so we just used it as a great excuse. Me and him just sat down and we drank maybe 14 or 15 beers. Well, not entire beers, but sampling them.
It's like Crate Day or something.
Nothing like Crate Day. It's very classy.
Listening to The Rock,
just tried all these incredible barrel-aged beers and some of their wild ferment things. Absolutely astounding experience. So really, really great beer memory. One of the highlights of just my time doing this sort of thing, Beer Jerk. Ramjet is really famous. Dramjet.
There's Starjet now in the Starwood barrels. And there's. I think the latest series I've seen is Fat Santa for the last couple of years. So they're doing really cool things. you know, you barrel age your beer, but then, you know, towards the end you can add in some orange peel, some cinnamon, things like that. And it's something we imported a little bit from Deeds. They had some barrel aged beers like that, and it's cool to see Boatrocker also doing those kind of things, because it's you know, a way to make a delicious thing even more delicious and enjoyable. And Boatrocker also do some really cool sour barrel aging, so it's quite they have probably Australia's biggest or best or both barrel program.
Huge barrel program.
I guess there's breweries like Wildflower and Beerfontein, but
I don't know who would be biggest, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Boatrocker. And similar to...
I was going to say, it's just so cool that they go both ways on it, because a lot of breweries either just do a lot of barrel-aged dark beers or a lot of sours. And we've seen in New Zealand, 8 Wired have kind of done both. There's been beers like Gorky Park that have come out that have been phenomenal, but and they collaborated, Boatrocker and 8 Wired, didn't they?
Right? They brought some that over like a really small amount.
That's really cool that they're doing that, and next time I'm in Melbourne, I'm definitely going to seek out a little trip to Boatrocker.
Yeah, it's a little trip out of the city, but obviously massively worth it. Yeah, a really awesome place. So cheers, Boatrocker crew, for making another fantastic beer. We forgot to mention Elvis Juice, which was a great beer. Small Gods brewed with Boatrocker a few years ago.
Was there also? No, it was Molly Rose was the Santa collab, the first Santa.
That was it. That was the first IPA that Small Gods ever did. Actually, it was. I was chatting to the Boatrocker guys about doing a potential collaboration, and one of the team talked about how he used to love the BrewDog beer, Elvis Juice, when it came out, but then it just got made crap when they started using extracts and they lowered the ABV and things, and we talked about how it would be good to do a really good version of just a beautiful West Coast IPA with loads and loads of grapefruit. That was an awesome collaboration. Elvis Juice. Luckily BrewDog did not get litigious. They've been very fast and loose with a lot of intellectual property, so that's quite fun to do a bit of a spin on that. So cool crew. Good to do a collaboration with them again at some point.
It'd be awesome.
Well, hope you're having a happy Sunday. Cheers, and we'll see you tomorrow for another Advent drink along.